informative and inspirational. How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do. Intellectuals. Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager. Hey, what's up? What it do? Time for another episode of the Intellectual Stew with yours truly, James Kirkland. And I have my trusty panel with me tonight. I'll get to see some of their faces, I guess, and some of them I won't. What's up, Coy? What's up, Melinda? I got Ashley. Are you there, Ashley?
I am here.
Ashley's been on sabbatical. Y'all say hey to Ashley. She's back. She's been on sabbatical. We're so happy to have her back tonight. So we got Ashley back, and we also have Mark with us tonight. What's up, Mark?
What's up, Mark?
All right. Hey, Shonda, how you doing? Hey, Shonda, I appreciate you for listening in every week, and you do share some valuable insight. What's up, Deetra? How are you? And Coy, I guess she'll be in and out tonight. Y'all, we're going to pray for Coy. Coy did have death in the family, so we want to keep Coy in our prayers, and I appreciate her. Mark, you ain't gonna do that. And Mark, you ain't gonna do them chips to us tonight, bro. You need
to mute yourself.
You got to mute for real. You are stentorious, bro. Let me get your mute right quick. I got you. Them chips, boy. You talk about your technology, bro. Your sound is like stentorious. You have the voice of 50 men. So we're gonna have to get that worked out. So, but no, we go. Well, we already had our talk. Yeah. So everybody, let's definitely offer our condolences tomorrow. So listen, thank you all for coming in tonight. Ashley, you were in the comments last week, so you didn't get a chance to comment on the actual show. But you know what? We're not gonna go back. Oh, hold on, I got to bring Coy in. I see her.
But hey, I had some things to say.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Coy.
Coy,
hey, everybody.
Stand up. Let me see your shirt, Coy. Let me see your shirt.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Is she got her Zoom attire on, or is she completely dressed?
No, she looked like.
Oh, you right, girl.
right. See?
Hey, Shana.
Look, I done pulled out the brazier and everything. You hear me? I'm relaxed.
Yeah.
All right. So Shana Shana's gonna be coming in a few minutes. I'm gonna ask her some questions in a moment. Who is in the background? Let me mute somebody's background, because somebody's background is loud. If you're not talking, let's mute ourselves tonight, because I gotta have this sound good enough so I can put it on Apple Podcasts and all that kind of stuff. So I need our sound. Last week it got a little convoluted because we were talking, so everybody was talking over each other, and it got kind of to be a mess last week. And you know what? And Coy, unmute yourself. You are unmuted. Okay. I appreciate what you bring to the show, because you challenge me to get other perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Because it probably would become kind of boring and monotonous, and it would be redundant if I only did it my way. So you do, and Coy is the one that will challenge other people. But Coy, you took them. Y'all don't know how we laugh when we get off this phone about some of the stuff that goes on this show. Y'all just have no clue. But I'm super appreciative to everybody that's on my panel, Mark. And Mark, bro, I'm sorry for the abuse you had to go through last week. I'm glad you got big shoulders and you can handle it. But Mark, I mean, you got called ugly, you got called hurt, you got called a whole lot of stuff last week. So, bro, I appreciate you, man. Light skin. Mark fell on the sword. He said light skin Bennett style. So he said you can't get me with that one. He said I'll commit suicide before I let you kill me. So I appreciate that. I appreciate. But last week, what I really wanted to do, and I didn't get a chance to do, is I wanted to get into talking about setting up a first date. That's what I really wanted to get into, and we never got there. And what I've seen to Ashley, me and you talking right now, what I've seen to discover, and I don't know if you heard it as well, the order of progression has kind of changed with regards to relationship. And when I say the order of progression has changed, we used to be, I get a phone number, then we go out, then we take the time to get to know each other. Then after a first date or two, you kind of tell if you like somebody or not, yada yada yada. And if you don't like them, then you put them in the friend zone, or y'all sever that potential relationship, right? But now, what I heard last week from especially the ATL ladies, it seems like that everything is kind of destroyed in the lead up process. Does that make sense? What I'm saying, Ashley?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because
I wouldn't even say that things are destroyed in the lead up process. I think from what I was listening to on the last show, we making it difficult as hell for men to even want to pursue us on anything, because it don't seem like nothing is good enough for us. I was kind of pissed off last week about some of the stuff that was being said. I'm like, shoot, I'm a woman. I wouldn't date none of you hoes. I mean, these women. Excuse my language. I was real taken aback by it. And then, for people to come in and say they want something, but then in the same breath say, well, I ain't gonna accept that. Well, hell, how you gonna tell somebody where to take you on the woman didn't want to go on the first date to Starbucks. She's like, I ain't gonna never, ever accept no date to Starbucks. Oh, okay. Cool. Note to self. And you may miss out on your Prince Charming because you were so caught up in what the first date was gonna look like. So I feel like we making it hard as hell for people to want to approach us, because we got all of these expectations and we can't even get to the expectations because the leading up to a part, we done canceled out everything.
What you think, Coy?
I'm with Ashley on this a little bit. Yeah, I'm with her. I'm gonna roll with her this time.
She
Um,
said this time.
I think it's I think it's a she's right though, because you can cancel out someone that could be a great partner because his fingernails are dirty or appear to be dirty, and you can sit up there and smile with a shitty grin the whole time and everything. But at the end of the day, you got too much on your list. Period. So it's one of those things we have to be real with ourselves and say, do we want a relationship or not? And if we do, you're gonna have to come down a little bit, or you're gonna be sitting up there like this the whole time, the rest of your life, with your, your shit eating grins. As simple as that.
With your what?
Shit eating grin.
Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, doke. Mark, do you have trouble? I mean, I know that's not your testimony now, but have you found when you were dating more so, did you find yourself getting cut off in the lead up stage before you even get a chance to get to the date? Because they're looking for so many red flags and all that kind of stuff. What was that like for you?
Oh yeah, I mean, in a city like Atlanta, where you have a lot of single women, educated, the lists are pretty long here and their expectations, especially with them being driven by social media and trends. So I got cut off a lot, especially being a single father. Sometimes it
Okay.
was you. I want a man doesn't have children. I want a man who never been married. Those prerequisites. Some of them were honestly they didn't like the profession I was in. They didn't feel like it was as secure as the type of man they wanted to entertain. I had women said you got to make at least a quarter million a year to date me.
What?
So yeah, I didn't meet the prerequisites. So I've been cut off numerous times for not meeting those prerequisites before.
Wow. And that's really a serious issue, because what I'm coming to discover now is that, and Coy, come here. You and I had talked about this a couple of weeks ago when we were watching somebody's live, and they were giving, and tell me if I'm wrong, they were giving relationship advice, telling you what works in relationships, what doesn't work in relationships, what a relationship should be like. But at the end of it all, they said they weren't even trying to be in a relationship. They said they don't even want a relationship. So why in the world? I mean, a beautician might come to work on a bad day with her hair not done, but she can at least fix it. You know what I'm saying? She can sit in somebody else's chair and at least fix it. But If you got somebody who is giving relationship advice and doesn't even want to be in a relationship, I think that's counterproductive. Do you? Coy, what do you think?
I agree with you on that. How are you giving people advice and you're not experienced in it? You know, or you have, well, maybe you have, but you're giving people advice, and if you're not with someone, that means that your last relationship failed, correct? So how are you giving somebody advice? You telling us. I mean, you were talking to us like you was our mama, telling us, hey, this, and it wasn't. It was a matter of fact. It was not.
Yeah,
Well, in
yeah,
my opinion, it was a matter of
yeah.
fact. So you have some people like that that, like Dawu said, a monkey can have a podcast, can't they? You know, because you sit here and you're giving advice to people, and some people will listen, some won't, because some are smarter than that. But some people will listen, and you're not even in a position to give that kind of advice. That
Yeah,
doesn't
and
make any sense to me. And the advice that you're giving it was a matter of fact advice. It wasn't like, well, in my opinion, that's what turned me off
yeah,
when that happened. It
and
really
don't
turned me off with that.
and don't tag me in no mess like that no more, please.
Why you have to say I was attacked?
I'm just,
Damn.
I'm just joking. You know I'm just playing with you. But real talk though, you know what? I don't like unproven advice. You know, so I mean, like Coy, if I want to start a business, you know what I'm saying, somebody a ground up, I'm probably gonna ask you for some advice in that area because you've done that. You know what I'm saying, and you've been successful in that, right? Mark, if it's certain thing I want to that I know that you have advice you that you have expertise in, Mark, I'm gonna come talk to you about that particular area, right? Ashley, same thing. I mean, I watch how you move. You know, Ashley, you asked me a question last week when we were talking in the group about what I needed. And what was my question when you asked me what I needed to help get this
Your
platform off the
answer
ground?
was basically for us to um not figure out, but we kind of know what our nicks are and whatever that part is to give that. You didn't have a specific thing that you wanted each person to give per se, but we wanted us to basically search ourselves and see what it was that we could offer to you. That's what
Basically,
I gathered from it.
this is what I basically said. You asked me what you said. What do you need? I said, what do you do?
Oh yeah,
Because I'd rather you say tell me what you do, and use
Right,
that.
what you can do.
Yeah, yeah,
everybody.
Hmm.
and use that because you're going to operate in your area of passion if you do it that way, right? But so many times
Right.
we try to operate outside of our comfort zones in areas that we're not strong in, and then we end up wondering why we fail. So my point is, why would you give advice that's not proven? Something that I can talk about raising children. I can talk about some biblical things. You know, I can talk about the car business. I can talk about life insurance because I have expertise in those areas. I can even talk about relationships. I got to make it 20 years. I must have did something right along those lines. But I also can talk about the failures that I had in those 20 years that caused us to not make it. So I get it. So I want to put this. I put this question out, Mark, and I'm gonna start with you. I put this question out a few minutes ago on my Facebook page, and when I ask it, I'm not sure. I want us to think through it critically. Don't just hear the question, hear one negative word that we identify with, and not think about. But I want you to really think about this critically. So, Mark, here the question is: I'm asking my people here in the. I'm asking the people in the group as well, in the chat as well. Um, Let me ask this question: is learning to like someone, Mark, the same as settling? Is learning to like someone the same thing as settling?
No, no, no. I think it's a big difference. Learning to like someone can also be a reflection of growth within yourself.
Mm,
Um, Learning that at the end of the day, things you may not like about them, you may find out it's not them, it's you. Thing areas of growth that you need to have, areas of immaturity that you haven't addressed at that point in time. Settling is almost like giving up, and it's like whatever comes.
mm-hmm.
One is like you dying on the inside, and it's whatever. But the other one I feel like is the opposite. Is you growing.
That's a good answer. I like that. Same question, Ash.
I kind of agree with Mark, but what I was gonna say is, just kind of almost like when we talk about growing to love somebody, I feel like I don't feel like it's settling. It's not saying that I'm going against something I totally don't want. It's just that and I'm not even gonna say I've compromised, but I think I've taken a different approach to it and looked at it in a different light instead of figuring out I have to have every little box checked on my list. Um, they've gotten some of the key quality things that I want and some of those other things I can work with.
Okay. Coy.
State your question again, James.
Is learning to like someone the same as settling? You-
I don't think it's the same as settling. Learning to like someone, I believe that's what you're able to do when you found your peace. So when you're at peace, you can not necessarily do you have to be around a person to like them or to you just accept people for who they are. You have your expectations are limited. So I
Mm,
don't think it's necessarily settling. I think it's you finding your peace. If you can
okay.
get to that stage where you can learn to, would you say, like someone, um, you're at peace. And I've learned to accept all different types of behavior and be comfortable with it and just accept people for who they are. I may not like it, but I'm going to respect who you are and just keep it moving.
Okay. And let's flesh this out a little bit because Mark, you brought up an interesting point. Mark, you said that's when I'm getting to the point where I'm maturing, because so many of us are so enamored by what we see on the surface, right? A person looks a certain way. A person has the symptoms of success. A person drives a nice car. That's a symptom of success. Person makes a nice salary. That's a symptom of success, right? A person has a nice house. That's a symptom of success. But that person might not have any character, right? Because that's substance for success. I'd rather have substance for success than some. You won't necessarily learn whether or not a person has substance or not in a couple of phone calls, right? You know, I've heard Mark where two people might work together and they don't not even on each other's radar at all, right? But as you know, but as they begin to talk every day and they begin to communicate and they go to lunch together every now and then, or you know, they start to learn some of each other's idiosyncrasies and some of their natural proclivities and all these types of things, and you start to feel each other, right? That's what I mean when I say learn to like somebody. Somebody earlier made a statement, said if that person's not feeling, I'm not. That person hadn't even, the way I'm posing this question is that person hadn't even had a chance to feel you. You feel what I'm saying? You're not even that person, you know, you're not even on that person's radar at that particular point. And does that make sense what I'm saying, Mr. Mark?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that makes perfect sense. Uh, that in that situation, you gotta. It reminds me when you talk about it's almost like you having that work husband, work wife, or whatever. Sometimes you go in that situation. That's because you spend so much time together. You allow yourself to see each other, and you're vulnerable. So you have a more casual build up in those situations. But um, honestly, I feel like back to your statement, learning to like someone. Like I said, I reiterate, I think it's really a reflection of yourself and you understanding some things to change about yourself and at certain aspects about people. For instance, I couldn't see myself dating um, outside my race until I started talking to more people outside my race, and I could see
Mm,
how more people could do it. Not saying I would do it, but I can now see how it can lead to that when I let my prejudice go.
yeah, yeah, that's good. Ashley, Sandra Turner, she answered the question on my page, and she said, "Grow in love instead of falling. It means you get to know the person and like them, then fall in love. It's a science to it. But y'all not ready for that conversation. Then that makes so listen again. I'll read it again. Hold on, I can't share, can it? She says it means you grow in love instead of falling. What that means is you get to know the person and like them, then fall in love. It's a science to it. What do you think, Ashley? It makes sense?
It does. That's kind of in reference to one of the points that I just made when I said, it gives me the opportunity to, grow in love with that person. And I think for some, we're just now learning the difference, or some of us haven't learned that there is a difference between growing and falling. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I do believe that I know we're not referencing marriage, we're just talking about dating per se, but a lot of times the longevity of certain marriages is because they grew. You talk about it all the time as it relates to your marriage, James. As you mature, things change, and um should expect things as you grow. Different things in the relationship will grow, thus making the love that you all have grow. It should, but nobody kind of keyed in on it until here in the more recent years.
Mm-hmm. Listen to what Nisha Harris said, and this was a really good one. She says, "My opinion only. I don't think it's settling. I think it's easy to fall for someone you feel is attractive, etc. When a person grows on you, that makes me feel like you took your time. You found things in common. You learned things about each other that made you look deeper than a face or body. And before you know it, that friend could potentially be the love of your life. Settling is trying to want someone who you already know you're not compatible with, but you just wanted someone in your life, so you went for that person. I meant to love that. I put haha, my bad. Let me fix that. But yeah, that's what she said. She said that's her opinion only. The settling is trying to want someone who you already know you're not compatible with, but you wanted someone in your life, so you just went for that person. Now that to me, Corey, are you there?
I'm here. I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that. What part about that don't you agree with?
She says settling is when you want someone and
No, she said
what was
settling
the
is trying to want someone who you already know you're not compatible with, but you just wanted someone in your life, so you went with that person. You
hmm.
made you. She's saying you're
I
forcing
don't know if
yourself
that
to
would be
want.
considered a settling because I mean you're not going to always be compatible with everyone or people you're in a relationship with. You grow to be compatible. Some people, most people do. Everything
I,
is not going to be the same.
but I think what she's saying is it's a difference in learning that you're not compatible and knowing that from the beginning. You see what I'm saying?
I got you. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
Oh,
almost like giving
yeah.
somebody,
yes,
it's almost
yeah.
like you want to have a man, and so you go out and find, not that it's something wrong with the homeless person, but you go out and find a homeless person just because I want to have a man, and I'm gonna bring him home, and I'm gonna fix him up, and he can't do nothing for you, but give you a wet tail. That's
Good,
kind
Hmm.
of what I gathered from what
good.
she
That's
said.
boy. That's an
That
Arkansas
sounds
statement
like
right there,
less
baby.
trouble, don't
Boy,
Melinda
boy.
and Melinda is in Stu Nation. She's in the comments. She asked us a question. Well, she asked you all a question in the comments as well. How long does it take to learn someone? Because it shouldn't take too long to know if you're interested in someone today. I agree with that 100%. You know what I
Me too,
mean?
girl.
Yeah,
well, I mean, to know someone, that's a strong um, comment right there. To know someone, because you have married couples who've been married for years and say they still don't know each other.
hmm
Well, I
So
don't
I
think
don't.
she's being
I think it.
literal in that aspect, but I think I
Okay,
I
so I mean, I think it take longer than a couple days to know someone now.
I
yeah, but
will say this. I know it don't take that long for you to know if you interested in somebody. The same way when people talk about having sex, within the first few minutes whether you gonna give that person some or not. Just how long will be the question. How long you gonna wait? I don't feel like it take that long of a time.
I can't agree with that, Ashley.
Okay,
When I meet you, I don't know that I'm gonna give you some. You got to
I
tease
do.
my mind a little bit, then I
I
figure it
do.
out.
I
You
do.
do? Woo, woo.
Yeah, I know. Because here's the thing: if I'm having a conversation with you, because
y'all see me shaking my head, don't you?
what makes me, and I'm not saying every person that I
Yeah,
have met, that's because I'm real particular about this cootie cat, honey.
yeah.
However, I know whether or not I want to give you some. Now, whether you get
Oh
it,
Lord,
you may or may not
Oh,
get
okay,
it, but it
yeah.
don't take that long for you to
Lord.
know whether or not
Oh
you got. I
Jesus.
mean, I'm just saying.
Well, you say it. You
Yeah, for me it
absolutely
takes a
say it.
minute for me to know whether or not I'm gonna give you some. I don't know because I got to study you a little bit because
Yes,
you just
yes,
never
Hey,
yes.
know what how people may behave after they get it. You know, you just
and
I
got to
didn't say
study
we was
them.
gonna
Like,
give it
will
to
this be a
him.
potential?
I
I
said,
got you.
whether you
you
wanted to give
know.
it to her.
Yeah, I mean, if I see it, first of all, I'm attracted
Oh,
to
no.
intelligence.
Jesus, Jesus,
So
Jesus.
we've been kicking it. We've been, vibing or whatever. I'm listening to you. I mean, you mind effing me, and it's on a whole nother level. Shoes, yeah. I'm like, okay, I can see. If it wasn't so bad and people want to talk about it, I might feel like I wanted to give it to you. Then I'm just saying, people be making things so convoluted, and I'm not saying that I'm dropping the draws in, but in your mind, like, oh yeah, I wonder if his his
What you
his
say?
the way he talks adds up with what he do. The
Oh,
thoughts come
Jesus.
across. Man.
Ooh, I heard that girl.
I've been
I'm
through
just
the
saying.
storm and the rain. Y'all got me singing church songs over here. Stop doing me like that, Ashley Knight, please.
I'm
Ashley
just
got me singing.
saying. I'm
I'm
I'm just
humming.
saying.
Leave me alone, Melinda. I'm humming because of what I hear right now. You know exactly why I'm humming. You know exactly why I'm humming.
But Derek said, if you entertain me for more than 60 seconds, 9 times out of 10, I'm getting that good. Oh God. Lazare.
Boy, stop it. Stop it, LA.
He said getting that goodie
Stop it
bag.
now.
Yeah,
LA,
Let me
I've been
see.
knowing you for
Deidre
over
says,
14 years now. Come on now.
De-
but
let me
and
see.
this is
Deidre says, now when or if it's actually gonna happen is another. Yeah, that part. I ain't saying we turning around and we dropping them draws right then, but it's like, okay, he might be worth getting smelling it at least.
You gonna give him a little taste, huh?
I said smell it. He ain't got to taste.
uh, what I almost asked another question, but I left that alone. Father and Jesus. Should we
Let
have
that alone,
we need to have
James.
altar call real fast.
Let it alone.
I'm gonna let it alone. I'm gonna let it alone. I'm gonna let that alone. So let's get into it. So no, this is the thing, and that was the point of me asking the question because, like I said last week, it seems like the potential life of the I'm gonna use the metaphoric umbilical cord that might have connected a potential relationship was cut so quickly that no one had the chance to grow on those individuals. And I just remember back in the day when I was dating, and I know that was 24, 25 years ago, whatever it was, 23 years ago, whatever it was. But we actually got to know people, Mark. And Mark, we got a chance to actually grow on people. You know what I'm saying? We got a chance to crack jokes. I mean, I remember in school, just because my last name was K and that person in front of me last name might have been Johnson. If I got a whole semester to talk to you, you probably gonna like me a little bit by the end of the semester. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, we just kind of grow on each other that way. But if we don't give ourselves a chance to grow, because we're always looking for the red flags, because everybody's on this words that get on my nerve right now are mental health, toxic, red flags. I mean, those are me. These energy. I mean, so many of these words just flat get on my nerves because we don't even seem like sometimes we don't even understand them. But everybody looking for these doggone red flags, and what they're doing, Ashley, is they're handing out potential hand grenades. And I'm gonna tell you how I know how to hand out hand grenades. Because the first 3 years after my separation and my divorce, I was handing them out left and right, like I don't know what, because I didn't want to be with anybody. I wasn't ready. So I handed out hand grenades in an effort. But my purpose, Shonda, for handing out the hand grenade was to get you away from me. You know why I want to get them away from me, Ashley? Because if you hung around me long enough, I might like you. And I wasn't ready to like you yet. I wasn't healed from my past relationship. I was not ready to like you. So I handed out these hand grenades to destroy. And I think that's the problem, Coy. Like the young lady who's doing the podcast, handing out these hand grenades because they're not ready to be in a relationship. If you're not ready to be in a relationship, sit down somewhere. And that's why I sat down somewhere. That's why it took me so long to start the podcast, Ashley. I was supposed to start it 6 months to a year sooner, but I couldn't sit here and just bleed on everybody.
Because
I
you were
couldn't
sitting
sit here.
down somewhere, huh?
Say what now? I missed you.
You said it took you so long because you were sitting down somewhere. You got somewhere and got real still.
I sat still. Like grandmama even say when the storm came, sit down somewhere. Let the Lord do his work. I had to sit down somewhere and get my heart right, get my mind right, get my, I had people come in my inbox. Are you dating somebody? Nope. Do you want to? Nope. I ain't ready yet. I ain't healed yet. Leave me alone. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. And I did that on purpose. And I think, here it is. I think some people need to be honest. Shane, I promise I see you there, and I'm coming to get you in just 1 second. I think some women and men, Lazaric, and I'm going to say that, we need to make sure that we're ready to date before we start dating. And then once we're ready, be ready to open up and accept what comes with dating. I think that's the thing that we have to do. I think we have to, because what I did today was I went through and I did a little research. I did a little Googling, I guess. And I started looking for some dating tips. I look for, and I wanted the sisters to come in tonight, and I wanted them, I wanted some sisters to come in and help us, Mark, with some of these dating tips. If you agree with them, if you don't agree with them. But before I do that, I have Shana Flenoy. She's hold on, Shana, I'm gonna bring you in. Shana, are you there? Let me take you.
I'm here.
You there? Yes, she was right on time waiting on me. Girl, you all right with me? We're gonna get you off there, get that camera on one of these days. She's doing her domestic duties, so she told me she was gonna jump on for a few minutes, but she wasn't gonna be able to be on camera, and I appreciate that. So now, Shana, I asked a question today, and I asked how many dates people go on a week or a month or whatever, is what I asked, right? And you said, what was the question? How many did you say?
4 to 5 a month.
Okay, so you said you go on 4 or 5 dates a month. Most people on there, Ashley, said 0. When you went all the way down that list, if 30 people answered, 27 of them said 0, maybe 28. So most people aren't even dating. And I hope, so I don't know why, but that for whatever reason that is, people aren't dating. Well, some of them said that they wasn't ready to date. Number one, because they didn't have time. Other ones said it's just not enough suitors out here for us. But whatever. Now, but Shana, you said you go on 4 or 5 dates a month, and you said you don't just date one person, right?
Correct.
Okay, why is that?
Back in my younger days, when I was on the dating scene, I will call myself getting to know someone, and we'll call ourselves exclusively dating and liking one another. The months will go on, and then I find out that, this is not for me. And within that time, I have let go of all my other friend guys and everyone that I was talking to. And so I became a repetitive offender of doing that over and over. And then, at the end, I'm starting over again. I'm basically having to get a new lineup. So this go around, I decided that I was going to do things differently. That I was going to go out and date several different men at the same time. That way, I'm able to weed out, it doesn't take my process long of knowing if I'm going to go on another date or 2 or 3 with a young man. So that's basically how I do it now. I go on several dates with several different men. And I'm going to continue to do that until I feel like one of those men is worth me cutting all of the other men off.
All right. Do the men know about the other men?
Yes.
Okay.
I am upfront with it. Yes.
Okay. Now some of these questions they be joking, so don't take them personal like that. But some of them asked, they said she liked that variety pack. Some said she got a line. Some say she got a lineup. One of them said she keep a starting 5.
She said she had to get her another lineup.
She said lineup, and I did. I started to ask what she pimping. I started to ask what she pimping, but I wasn't gonna ask that question on the show.
Hey, it ain't easy.
No, hey, and Ashley, you've said in the past that you think we should date multiple people, right?
I do. And before Miss Flenoy Is it Shana? I can't see the name down there at the bottom.
Shana, yeah, Shana.
Shanae.
Before
Shanae. Okay.
before she even made her statement, when you were talking about the people that were in the comments, I feel like people put too much emphasis on what dating actually is. And so we're not saying you're going out here getting in a relationship with everybody. You're just going out, hanging out. To me, I'm not saying it would be equivalent to going out with your homeboy or your home girl, but I mean, you go out with multiple friends. So until you find that one that, like she said, you willing to cut off your starting five, then hey, do what you got to do. And it doesn't mean that you're having sex. And what gets me is that it's good for the goose, but it's not good for the gander. It's okay for men to date multiple women, but when we date multiple men, we get a name. I didn't say I was sleeping with them. I went out with it. I may want to go out with Tommy on Monday and Harry on Wednesday. And on Friday, me and such so-and-so, we're going to go dance. Each person may bring about a different experience that you like. And then you may be able to couple all of those things that you like into one person. But just like she said, if I spend 6 months with one person and it don't work, now I got to start all over again. Whereas I can date 3 people, and in 6 months I can narrow it down to 1 or 0. And I didn't waste 18 months. I only wasted 6 months.
Gotcha.
With 3 people. They out of there.
Gotcha. And so Shanae, with those dates, what are those first dates look like? What kind of places do y'all go to on the first dates?
Like I explained to you in my comment earlier, one guy, we talked on a regular, so he got to know the meals that I like, the foods that I ate on a regular. So we went to one of his favorite restaurants that served my favorite dish. After that, we did live music and dancing because I love both of those. And we ended the date with wine and cigars because I love that as well. Actually, that was a okay date. Like, it was a good date. I ain't taking nothing from it because I really appreciate it. But the best date that I have had this month is where we went mudding the entire day. We had a fish fry while we were out there mudding.
Wow.
And then yeah, because I love the dirt. Like, I'm a country girl, so a lot of men get it misconstrued and think, oh, she's this nice looking woman, you got to take her on all these expensive dates and do all these outrageous things, and that can't be farther from the truth. But yeah, just us mudding and fish frying, and everyone out there on their ATVs having a good time, living in the moment. That was the best date I had. So I have a lot of good ones. Like I said, I've had men to ask me what I like to do, what I like to eat. And I'll tell them, and then they'll say, well, where you want to go? You want to try this? You want to do that? And then after that, they automatically don't get a date for me. Because if I'm telling you what I like to do, what I like to eat, that is my stopping point. At that time, if you're asking to take me out, it's up to you from that point to plan this date.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Now, one of the things I did today, Shanae, you got time? You hanging out with us for a few minutes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. One of the things I did today, Coy, was I Googled things to talk about before the first date. I Googled some of the things to talk about before the first date. And Mark and Ashley, y'all always hear me say, like, for instance, we did a show one time, Shanae, where we talked about should women choose men? And we were talking about, should women pursue men? I was saying I don't like to be pursued. I said, but you can drop breadcrumbs, right? And if you drop breadcrumbs, then as a man, I'm supposed to, as life lends its lessons, then I'm supposed to consider the clues, right? So if we're having these certain types of conversations beforehand, then, like you said, you're giving them what your favorite foods are and all those things. Okay, here's some things, Coy and Ashley, that they said we can talk about before the first date. One thing they said we can talk about is like where we're from. We can talk about where we're from. Coy lives in Florida, but she's from, where you from, Coy? Tell everybody where you're from.
Arkansas.
No, it ain't either. It's the only state that was mentioned in the Bible, Arkansas. When Noah looked at the Arkansas, it wasn't right. When he said Arkansas, wasn't. But you You learn those things. So if I'm trying to talk to Coy, right, and I find her in a certain area, and I find out where she's from, then all of a sudden, okay, what high school you go to? What high school you go to, Coy?
North Little Rock.
So you went to North. Oh, girl, I went to North Rock High. So guess what? I was in the last graduating class of
You went to
North
Old
Rock.
Main,
I
James.
went to
I went to
Old
North Little
Main,
Rock.
right? We ain't got no high school no more. Look, we ain't got no high school no more. But you went to North Little Rock. So yeah, did y'all win the championship that year? Because y'all had a good football team. Did y'all win
I
a
don't
state
know. I didn't
championship?
keep up with that. I was into my studies.
You was into your studies. So what kind of grades did you get?
Yeah, I didn't keep up with all that. I got scholarships, baby.
You got scholarship. I'm trying to make an
Yeah.
example, but you won't role play with me right now. I'm trying to say that
Oh, I
if you
can't.
had,
Okay.
I mean, God, sometimes my
He is
girl so
not.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were,
Christ.
I'm a little
Yeah.
blonde. Okay,
Let me mute
yeah.
you right. Let me mute you right quick. There we go. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show you that once you find, if you talk about where you're from, that instantly opens up a line of communication for us to start talking about some things. What's some other things we can talk about? We can discuss our favorite movies, TV shows, and books. We could talk about our favorite hobbies. We can have a conversation. Do you like to travel? What kind of places have you been to? Do you have a passport? All those things. You can talk about your favorite music. You can talk about your favorite, talk about some of your ambitions. Shanae said she talked about food. So all of these things are conversations that you can have prior to dating. And if you have those conversations prior to dating, it gives you something to talk about and build upon. So Shanae, when you talk to the guy,
James,
okay, I'm
James,
sorry,
hold on.
Mhm.
Lazarick made a comment, and I kind of want to touch on this before you go into the next thing. Grown ass men should know how to hold an adult conversation with the woman.
disagree.
We're talking about basic shit. Lazarick, you'll be surprised. And I'm not even just gonna blame men, both men and women. And we've had a show where people say they don't know how to have. I was going to host an event where we showed up to the park. Everybody was supposed to leave their phone. We were going to barbecue and do all this stuff in the singles group that the after dark singles group that we have, because people were saying they don't know how people are so out of touch with things that they don't know how to generate conversations with people. And it was both sides, men and women, who could not effectively start a conversation.
And yeah, and I think sometimes we project what we know how to do. You know what? I just want to speak for me. You know what I'm saying? Lazarick, if you're able to hold a conversation, that don't mean everybody else can. It doesn't.
That's right. Everybody can't
I
just
mean,
start flowing like that. That's called game, sir.
Yeah, don't project what you're able to do on, and don't talk about somebody who can't do it because you can do it. It's a different. And you know what I've learned also, Coy? It's certain people that I can have conversations with, and it's certain people that I just don't want to freaking talk to. And I be wanting to tell women sometimes, they be like, well, he don't know how to hold no conversation. He don't know how to talk. Well, hell, maybe he just don't want to talk to you. Maybe you don't draw the best out. Yeah, I want to get those things. Maybe you don't draw the best out of him. Maybe as Mark, my boy Mark, come here, unmute yourself, Mark. Maybe as Mark says, I know, me too. Mark often says sometimes we overprice ourselves, and once we overprice ourselves, we think because we want that person in the mirror that somebody else ought to want us in the mirror as well, and we don't continue to have conversations. If we don't continue to have those conversations, Mark, it's probably because I'm just not into you. Is that right? Or we're not into each other.
I mean, it's all about chemistry, right?
Yeah.
You got H2O that creates something beautiful, give us water. HCl creates hydrochloric acid. That's something that's dangerous. But it's all about chemistry that you have together. In LA, I agree with you about basic stuff, but man, I'm gonna tell you, I mean, we give men a hard time, but I've been on a lot of dates where, man, I'm like, yo, this girl lame as hell.
Yeah,
her conversation is trash.
I've been there,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying? But it's taboo because I think in
but
society,
she's pretty though. She gotta be boo.
Nah, I'm gonna try to smash still. Nah, I'm going.
Keep going, Mark. I'm sorry.
Mark, I put the money on the table and walked out.
Listen, I gotta I invested at that point. I gotta go out.
I put
My
them.
God.
I gotta go
Bro,
all in,
I
bro.
took the check. I took the check. Put the money on the table. I said, God dang, and put the money
Mhm.
on the table and walked out completely. I was out of there, coach. I was out of there. Go ahead, Mark. I'm
Somebody got
sorry. I
to
didn't mean to cut
break
you
the
off.
ice
But
well,
but
though.
well, yeah. But the thing is,
We
that
had been there 30 minutes.
let's talk about, you got introverts, you got extroverts, you got people who they're, when it comes to just speaking, they're nervous. You got people who have all kind of little things, and the thing is, in order to break that ice sometime, you in convenient situations, like y'all work together, like you talked about, James, y'all work together, so you get comfortable with a person, you can break past those barriers. But a lot of times we're cutting people off for so trivial things.
Yeah.
I mean, not to disagree with Shana, but she's like, a simple fact. If he asks me this, then I'm stopping it right there. That could be your husband. Maybe your husband don't know how to. Maybe he starts off slow, but he builds up in the process. You know what I'm saying? But that could have been your husband. You cut off for just in there, based off your preconceived notions. But hey, I'm gonna
Shanae
stop it
and
right
Shanae,
there.
Shanae, this is a conversation, so feel free to jump in if you have anything you want to add to what we're saying as well. This is a dialogue. Well, yeah, dialogue. So you feel free to say whatever you want to say as well.
Okay.
But let me ask you, go ahead. Did you have anything you want to say in regards to
No, I was just gonna say I understand what he's saying, but I just feel like we're up in age. So if you ask a young lady out and you want her to give you a few clues on what she likes to do, what she likes for entertainment, what she likes for food, whatever, and she gives that to you, that's for you to take that and plan that date. I'm not gonna say, hey Mark, I like Mediterranean food and I like to go to the art museum, and then, I like for you to take me fishing. And then I don't think you should come back and say, well, you want to go to the art museum on 12th Street or 15th Street. You want me to take
Mm,
you fishing in Brinkley or Mariana? Like, if I have given you those small tokens of making this date available, why are you coming to me to plan a date that you've asked me out?
I'm like, I can see that. Mark, you got a response to that?
I mean, that's cool. I mean, for me, and I respect what she's saying and when it's that complicated, that's just not natural. That's not organic to me. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's that's a game. That is, if you do that, and then I'll do this. But when it's natural and you like a person, when you really like a person, you don't even let them fail. You know, you don't let them
I don't think,
fail.
bro. I don't think she letting them fail though. I
But
think
if
that
you're
honestly,
saying, I tell you I like this, and you come back, you don't put any thought into it in her head. You didn't put any creativity in it. So, she's like a judge on a dating show or one of those shows with competitive. You sit back and ranking the people, and that's your approach. Just in all fairness, like you said, we getting up in age. For me, it's like before I turn a person away, I'm gonna turn over every side of that rock to make sure I give the person a chance. There's no need of this whole quick dating approach or
that's
with the
it.
speed dating approach.
Michael Smith just said it right there. She's providing ideas. It's for us to think, and I think that's what men do. I think that's and Shanae, I 100%, because I've been saying this actually for the last several shows. Whenever we talk about dating, I say that I think sisters should drop breadcrumbs. I think, and even if she's interested, I think she should drop the breadcrumbs to let us know, hey, I'm here, I'm available. I want you to pursue me. You know what I'm saying? And then, like we just talked about a moment ago, when we talk about things to talk about before the date. If I'm talking to you, Coy and I, we've never planned a date, never planned on going out or anything of the sort. But I know what kind of food Coy likes. I know, and she's already told me I didn't used to like steak, but now I like steak. I mean, I like this particular type of food, so I know if we were to ever to go out, I know what type of restaurant to take her to. So I'm looking for clues. I'm looking for clues because I don't want to figure out if I got to. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. When I first tried to go on a date after this divorce thing, I sucked. I was horrible. I mean, horrible. The girl gave me so much. The young lady gave me so much grace. She said, "Wow, this has been a long time for you, huh?" I said, "Yeah," but it made me feel so comfortable. She said, "Okay, I tell you what you do. Here's 3 restaurants." She said, "Do your research. You set a reservation. Tell me when to be ready, and I'll pick me up." She wasn't gonna let me fail in that instance. But I don't think but I don't think Shanae is making me fail either, because she said I like this type of food. I like to go fishing. I like to do this. So now I said, okay, if that, to me, that's, when we was in school, we could draw lines of certain dots and make a picture. I think she just gave us all the doggone dots and said just make the picture. So she said she don't care if she go fishing in Mariana. These are Arkansas places, Mariana or Scott. I don't care, as long as we go fishing. I just want to go fishing. Yeah, Brinkley. She said I don't care if we go. What's up? What's up? She said I don't care if it's Marietta or Brinkley. She did say that though. She said Brinkley. She said Brinkley or Marietta. I don't care. I don't care if we go to Applebee's or I'm joking about the Applebee's part, but she's given clues, and I think that you can do that too, Lazarick. But there's not just one way to do it, bro. Okay, there's not just one way to do it.
And on her, and with her, there's not just one way to do it. With anyone, there's not just one way to do it.
Exactly.
Well, we're kind of tired.
So are you saying that's a red?
Hold on. She's in the middle of. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. It was a delay. Sorry.
So is it a red flag when they're not quote unquote listening? I mean, do you take it as them not listening if they ask you, okay, well, what do you want to do?
I don't take it as a red flag. Again, if I have given you all these ideas on the things that I like to do, then it's a million, like I said, it's a million fish holes out here. It's a million art museums. It's a million Applebee's and chili restaurants around here. So if I'm telling you those things that I like to do, I mean, it's just simple to say, okay, well, meet me at Chili's at 7:00. At 10:00, we're going to go to the fishing hole. And then at 12:00, I have reservations at the art museum. I mean, it's just that simple. It's not a red. To me, it's like if I
keep saying it's that simple.
Those ideals and tell him that's what I like to do, and he's still coming back saying, "Well, how about this? Well, you want to go to this one, or you want to go to that one?" You
don't look at that as him being considerate.
No, I just feel like he doesn't really have a lot of basically imagination, and he really don't have to plan a date, because again, if you want me to plan a date, then I should have asked you out. If you're gonna ask to take me out on a date, and I give you some of the things that I like to do, and you come back and say, well, you want to go to this one or that one, you want to eat here or there, you want to go here or there, and it's like it really doesn't matter to me, because I'm not that complicated. If that's is that what you want to do, then let's do it. But I'm not that complicated. I think a lot of times men make it complicated, or some men just really don't know how to plan a date and how to go about it. So they're coming back with all these questions to see if this is what I want to do. But in reality, if you would have just did the planning yourself, I would have been okay with it. Even if he didn't do everything that I like to do, just one thing that day, I would have been okay with it. But sometimes I think a lot of men overcomplicate things, that overthink things. But when I feel like that you cannot prioritize a small date, then I can't look at you being able to plan us a cruise anywhere or a nice vacation or something where you can't even simply plan a nice first date or meal for us to get to know one another.
Yeah, I understand. I hear what you're saying. I'm not going to say I understand. Hold on one second. I'm gathering that you like the surprises. You like a fairy tale effect, and you're saying it's reality. Reality is, fairy tales don't come that often these days. So, but my question to you is, are you willing to have the conversation with him? Basically telling him, hey, if I give you these options, I like you to plan things, basically. Do you have that conversation with the gentleman?
No.
So if he doesn't plan, what happens with this man? Do you X him out?
I don't respond back.
Ooh. So that is a red flag for you, because a red flag means you're Xing him out, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Okay.
Go ahead, Ashley. You can respond first, Ashley.
First thing is, I don't agree with the statement that Coy made about it being a fairy tale type thing that she may be looking for, because sometimes we don't want to always plan things, and it could also be something. It seems as though she likes for the man to take the initiative and lead.
Right. Correct.
This is what I've given you. I've told you what I like. I mean, because how many times you men get frustrated when y'all say what we want to eat and we say it don't matter, but
Hell
then
no.
you say, can we
Absolutely.
eat pizza? And then
Absolutely.
I say, I don't want no pizza. Well, then you want Chinese? Well, now I don't want no Well, hell, it does
Yep.
matter. So I kind of, I would love to have a man say, but this where we going. Hell, you can even say, can you put that little black dress on that I
Man.
got you? Or hell, go to the store. I picked you out something. I would love for it to be set up that way, and all I got to do is show up and be the the
I,
the
I'm,
the, the damsel in distress.
Right.
I'm freaking confused. Mark, maybe you can clear it up for me. I don't
So
understand what
again, what
y'all's
is that
problem.
considered?
Hold on. I
What's
was
that
right.
considered?
Hold on. Hold on. I was right in the middle of a statement. Hold on 1 second.
Help me out,
I don't.
Mark.
Hold on. No, hold on. Can y'all hear me? Am I not being heard?
Come
Can y'all
on,
hear me?
brother Kirkland, don't
I
do
mean,
us.
I'm
Come
just asking. I ain't know if I was being heard or not. I just don't understand what the problem is what she's saying. I have absolutely no problem. Mark, clear me up. What's the problem with what she's saying? Because you threw your
It's
hands
not.
up like this when she said something about food, but she said
No,
what kind of food she
when
liked.
Ash said, when women be like, you hungry, like I don't care where we go. Then you choose, you pick, and then as soon as you pick, there's a problem where you pick. No, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. So maybe the guy she's with, he's been through a few of those situations, post traumatic dating syndrome. And the thing about it is, at the end of the day, instead of him going through that, he's like, yo, instead of me going through that, let me just give a couple of choices. Like you said, you like STK, and you said you like House. So you want to go to House or STK. He makes it simple, you know what I'm saying, rather than just guessing. And I think the guessing game, the merit for rewards, some people got other stuff they're dealing with
What
at that time. And I think it's very trivial at the end of the day, some of the things that we're making choices by.
I get it, but I get it to an extent. But like I said, I just think that if you start giving me some clues, I abide by the principle that life is lending lessons. So if we're having these pre-date conversations and they're telling me what kind of food they like, I mean, one of the first questions I had, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite flower? What's your favorite food? That's what first three questions I'm probably going to ask just about anybody. So if y'all got favorite flower, favorite color, favorite food. So if I know your favorite food is a certain type of food, then that gives me the parameters to work with a relation. I mean, with a date. And I want to plan where we're going to eat at. I mean, I'm going to plan that. I just heard what Sonora New World says. She says, I prefer the man to even order my meals for me since he knows my taste. How many women don't want a man to order the meal for them? And what's
I don't
wrong
have a
with that?
problem with it. I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. And what's wrong with that? I mean, because she and you're absolutely right, Melinda, a minute ago. You said that's her preference. If that's what one person wants to do, it's not even crazy like, well, I ain't gonna say like it was last week, but it's somewhat realistic in a sense, regardless, because they're telling you what they like. I would prefer somebody tell me what they like as opposed to me have to guess. Now, it's one thing to have to guess what kind of food and what restaurant, but if you tell me what kind of food, I can pretty much guess what kind of restaurant, or at least find something. And then she, so I don't know. I guess that's pretty simple. So, but that's neither here nor there. We've been on for about an hour, but let's look at this right here. We talked about some of the things that we like to do on first dates. Some of the things that were mentioned were bowling alley, bar, lounge with live band, spoken word, poetry night. Had several people said on a picnic. Somebody said somewhere that's not too loud so they'll be able to converse. Another person said picnic. Somebody else said museum, picnic, cigar lounge, coffee shop, picnic in the park, quiet restaurant, art museum, crystal mine. I mean, it's so many creative ideas that people give for dates. And I ain't gonna lie, a date for me used to be dinner and a movie. And that was probably it. We'd go out to eat, we'd catch a movie, or catch a movie, then go to dinner. But now I'm learning that there are so many different things you can do on a date. Now I know we've been watching Jeffrey Dahmer lately, so y'all might be a little scared to go on a hike. Yeah, y'all might be scared to go in the woods with somebody since everybody worried about what Jeffrey Dahmer, but Jeffrey didn't want you. He wanted somebody like him. So yeah, we good on that one right there. But so tell me, Shanae, how was that date with the mudding when y'all went mudding? What was that like?
It was the best date I had this month.
So he told you beforehand?
I told him beforehand once we were getting to know each other the things that I love to do. And mudding is I love outdoors. And that was one of the things that I love to do. So he made sure that that's what we did on our first date. That was the best date.
So was it a date or the chemistry?
Both.
So but you knew you were going mudding before you left the house, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, because you ain't have on a little cocktail dress, and then all of a sudden.
He told me everything that he had planned, so I knew to dress to get muddy.
Mm-hmm. So you got mudding clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so you had your boots for the fishing and all that kind of stuff.
Boots, goggles.
Mark, see, I told you, Arkansas women, bro. Mark,
everything.
You know what I'm saying? Arkansas women, bro, they go mudding, they go fishing, they go to the night, they go to Applebee's. I mean, they go to whatever, bro. I'm trying to tell you, dog.
I'm convinced Arkansas is the hidden gem. I'm convinced. These answers are way different than, and I keep saying, and I'm not bashing like Atlanta women, but I mean, it is a different experience here. So just to hear it, I'm most of the time I'm humbled, just with the frame of mind. Some of it is comes from a pure heart, and that's refreshing. Just don't drink this Georgia water. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Lazare got a question, and I don't never ask Lazare's question, so this time I'm gonna ask his question tonight. I'm just joking, Lazare. You know Lazare, my boy. But Lazare normally be trying to ask another question that has something to do about a whole different topic. So tonight,
baby, Lazare be trying to give us the business.
Lazare say, "What's the radican of 749 divided by 12?" I'm like, I don't know math like that, Lazare. I'm good. But okay, so Shanae, I'm gonna ask you this question. So let's speak, since you dropped breadcrumbs. So let's move in the future. And you got one dude that you actually like now. So y'all are starting to date a little bit more often, right? Would you take him on a date as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
While he's learning me, I'm learning him too. We're getting to know each other. We're having these conversations and dialogue. And, I'm picking his brain. I'm around here, so I'm checking out the things he likes. I'm checking out what he wears. I'm checking out what he orders. I'm listening to his conversation and see the things that he likes to do, because I'm also asking probing questions. So, yes, I don't just allow men to take me out. Once I really get to like a man, then I'm like, yeah, let me take you out. Let me, show you a good time, since you've been showing me a good time. So, absolutely.
Y'all hear what you just said?
How long does it take for you to get that?
It could be the second date.
Mm-hmm.
Or even after the first date. The first date was so nice. Like the young man that took me mud, I'm willing to take him out and give him a good time, because we had such a good time, not just with mud in the conversation, the atmosphere, the vibe. It was just that well. So I'm willing to take him out and, let him enjoy a night on me. So it doesn't have to be 6 months down the line, a year down the line. It can be after the first date, second date.
Do you see yourself being intimate with him?
No, not right. No, none of them. No, because honestly, this young man told me, from the beginning, he said, I don't want to have sex with you. I want all other parts of you, because I don't want sex to cloud our judgment on getting to know one another, on who we are. So I want to take sex completely out of the equation. But even if he hadn't said that, no, I wouldn't have had sex with him. None of them. Because it's more to me than sex. And and honestly, if a man that comes to me about sex right off, I shut that door too, because there's so much more we can talk about. There's so much more we can get to know about one another other than sex.
All right, so Nora
I
New
want to
World
go
said
back to something when y'all were talking about as far as doing something for a guy, and it doesn't always have to be the fact that you were physically taking them out somewhere. I've asked the guy for his Cash App, and I think that particular day he might have been having, I don't even think he was having a rough day, but I knew he liked cigars and cognac, so I sent him a Cash App and told him to have a drink and a cigar on me. Sometimes it's just the simple acts that women do to show the appreciation of the man. They may not have time. Sometimes men are equally as busy, or if not a little bit more, than we are. So you've taken the time out to take me on a date, but let me do something for you so that you can unwind. It may not be directly with me, but while we're having our conversation on the phone tonight, you can have your cognac and your cigar.
That's
Yeah,
good.
and let me just backpedal off because I've had a man that was busy at the office and just could not leave, could not have
Mhm.
lunch, could not anything.
Mhm.
And once we got off that phone call, I had lunch delivered to his office.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
just listen, just like you said, the small things.
And you know
Absolutely.
what? And you know what? I think we got to get out of this tit for tat mentality. You know what I'm saying? I think when we just do random acts of kindness, just because we want to be, because we do something, because like for instance, Coy, and I'll use Coy as an example. But Coy on my birthday, and Coy, and I told everybody I didn't want to mess with nobody, I didn't want to deal with nobody. But Coy and I so happened to be on the phone, and I was on my way to the restaurant. She probably don't want me to tell nobody, but I don't care. But I was on my way to the restaurant. I do care a little bit, but I don't. I was on my way to the restaurant. And she said, "Where are you going?" And and that's what I just talked about a moment ago when we said to ask probing questions. But she said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm on my way to Stony River." And Stony River ain't no Applebee's. It's a nice. Stony River's a nice restaurant. It's like it's a nice restaurant. And so she said, "Okay." And so she said, She said, "Where is it?" I said, "Atlanta, Cumberland Mall." So I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm just going on to the restaurant. So when I get to the bar, I said, "All right, let me holler at you later. I'm about to eat. I'm about to order me some food." She said, "Hold on, check your text messages." And I checked my text message, and she had sent me a gift certificate to sit down and eat with, just a natural random act of kindness. And she's a young lady, and I'm a man, and she did it, and she had no problem with it. And it was a blessing, at that moment. And I got to eat twice of it because I don't even eat that much at one time. So it worked out extra great. So my point is, I think women do things for
Mrs. Golden
men.
Corral.
No, I will go to Golden Corral and have them do a TikTok and all that stuff right in Golden Corral. But I think I really like what she said. She said she asked the probing questions, and I think
Mhm.
males and females, I think we need to learn how to ask the probing questions. And as we ask the probing questions, and she was, to me, in the way, that's why I took it when what she was saying, even if they didn't ask the probing questions, she still told them what she liked. She
Mhm.
still said, "I'd like to go fishing. I'm a country girl. I like this kind of food. I like this." So I think that's a good thing that she did. So Shanae, I appreciate you for everything. Hold on, I got a couple of more things I wanted to say, and we're about to get off here so I can watch the rest of the game too. Sonora says she just took. Oh no, this is the one I want to look. She said she once went jewelry making on a date and also made clay vases, then went fishing. That's one type of date she went on. Then Sammy said that one of the most Sammy, I appreciate you for always listening to, bro. He said one of the most fun dates he ever went on was when he went apple picking. It was cool. It just depends
Oh,
on
that
who
sounds
you're with.
fun.
He says, "Huh?"
I said that sounds fun.
He
Like I
he
want
from
to
he
go
from
horseback
Arkansas too.
riding, honey. I ain't
I
never
don't
been on
know.
a horse, but
Sammy, where you from, man? I don't know
No,
where
he's
Sammy's from.
not.
Okay, he's not.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
New
All
York.
right. Sonora said, "I
Mhm.
just took someone to watch a play recently. It goes both ways. The key word is reciprocity." That's
James, I'm gonna
reciprocity.
tell you something that I did. So last week from your show, there was a guy that inboxed me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was almost when I made fun about I went on a date, and it was just a small time for us to just kind of converse back and forth about some different point of views. And to me, that could have led into something so much different. If people just take the time to stop putting their expectations so high of what a first date, because I know we was talking about first dates, of what
Mm-hmm.
a first date should look like. It's just simply get however it is. You can do a FaceTime with your favorite drink, or a FaceTime with your favorite snack, or especially if you are not in the same city, same state. I want us to kind of stop being so harsh and so hard on the requirements. As it not the requirements, the what's the word I
Expectations.
want to look for? Say it
Ex-
again. I guess
expectations.
I will go back to the expectations. We be so, oh my God, our expectations for certain things be up here, and sometimes we don't even give them those same things. We want a man to take us out to, I'm gonna use Sonny Williams. That's a low end. steakhouse. We want to go to Sonny Williams, but if it's our time, we're gonna go get them some hot wings, which may be fine, but we don't put our level of what date we gonna take him on at the same level of what we want them to take us on.
Okay.
That's my experience.
That's bad.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna send you somewhere I won't go. I can't do that because I'm gonna expect the same in return. If you do something for me, you know what I like.
Yeah. Yeah. No. What I think this has been a good conversation. I think we can start to look beyond. I want us to, as people of substance, to be able to look beyond the surface. You're attracted to what you're attracted to. I mean, I know I'm attracted to what I'm attracted, and I'm just not attracted to certain things. I mean, certain people, but I know I have grown into someone, or people have grown on me, and all of us have heard that statement before. Somebody, man, that person he grew on me. Yeah, you ever heard somebody been married? Man, I didn't even like him at first, but all of a sudden he became so annoying, and he grew on me. How many of those instant attraction relationships don't make it? I ain't had to mute nobody today, Shante, yet. No, I did mute. I muted Ashley earlier, but it wasn't a serious mute though. That was Coy. I think they wasn't even serious enough, so I didn't get to mute nobody.
You muted Mark because he was eating them chips.
Yeah, I did mute
Just
Mark.
I wouldn't eat no chips. Listen, number one, I wouldn't eat chips. Organic popcorn.
Same thing. Potato.
You heard the rapper. You heard the rapper.
Y'all tripping.
Hey, that's loud though. But hey, I ain't gonna lie. Your microphone is in HD, stentorioso, all that kind of stuff.
It's like, I be hearing all your breathing. I can hear your.
Yes, I thought maybe you had sleep apnea or something because you was over there sounding like Baby D.
Dark Vader.
Yeah.
You talking about Baby D?
Baby D, yeah.
Twinkie got a brand new Twinkie got a brand new
Oreos
coming out. It's got glitter.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Y'all so funny. Ashley, I missed you. I ain't gonna lie. But I gotta get Mark. I text you earlier because I was gonna bring your shirt to you. That's why I was texting, but you ain't seen it in time, probably.
Man, I don't want to tell you about my day. Man.
No, we'll talk about another time. We have to let go.
James be trying to rush the folks out the thing when he be trying to do something.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Yeah, I do. Y'all right. Hey, listen, I'm growing. Y'all got to give me. Think about where I was before Ashley and where I am now. I have grown a lot.
Amazing progress.
Yeah, so I appreciate that. But we working on something, man. We working on something. So it's 10:15. I'm gonna go out like this. This is and those that are in the chat now, please, ma'am, please, sir, support this platform by sending stars. Yeah, at the bottom of the chat, you see a place where it says that you can support the platform by sending stars. Those are the digital currency that helps to support this platform. You can buy it in denominations of 99 cents, $4.99, $8.99, whatever. But really, like I said, I really would like to see you all start supporting this platform a little bit more, if you will. We're gonna be here regardless, but I'm trying to do even more things. I got some great ideas that I'm going to share with you all. Well, some good things that are happening for this platform that I'll be sharing with you all soon, and we're gonna go from there. But here, let me give these. I think it's 7 tips for dating. Panel, y'all feel free to stop me anywhere if y'all want to say something about it. Shania, you're still there, so you can talk about this as well, and then we're gonna get out of here. But the first thing they said do is, if you're a tip for dating is, number one, dress to impress. So dress for whatever your date is gonna be. If you're going fishing, of course, you're gonna probably need some boots or something that you don't mind getting dirty. But other than that, if you're going out on a first date, you're going out to dinner, you want to probably dress to impress. But dressing to impress has changed. Because I had on some jeans and a polo the other day, and somebody asked me, was I on my way to a job interview? And I'm like,
you'd be surprised.
I'm like, the era I come from, job interviews, you had to wear a suit and a tie. You know what I'm saying? But so people have changed with that one. So anybody want to elaborate on the dress to impress piece?
Hey, listen, I got a story. I took a girl to
Good night,
fuck with it. I took a girl to fuck with a child. We went to fuck. James, you been there? Was that a snort? Anyway, James. Hey,
James. Where?
Hey. No, he laughing at Ashley because she's snorting. You better mute yourself because he gonna keep on lighting you.
Jeez. Hey, James, I went to fuck with a child. I had on some Cole Haans, nice jeans, and I had a Tom Ford hoodie on. Now the hoodie is not like a sweater hoodie. It's kind of it's kind of dressy, but it's still a hood. So the girl, she had a dress on. Now Fogo de Chao, you don't have to wear dresses like that. I mean it's casual, especially now. I thought I was nice. After the date, she said, "You know what? I'm kind of disappointed that you came on the date with a hoodie on." Now this is Tom Ford. Tom Ford don't make street clothes, and I'm just like, there's one thing you say fashion, but some women don't know men's fashion, and we talking about a $200 hoodie on.
Yeah.
And I got canceled because she said a grown man showing up with that outfit on, it's just that's not what I'm looking for. I was like, wow.
But Sonora said, where you from? To answer a question earlier, Sammy said he's from New Jersey. And Sonora, where you from? She said you need to dress to impress. Don't come looking like you've been lounging on the couch all day. So dress to impress. And then Now,
I think
but Michael
Mark,
Smith. Go ahead.
Mark, I was just gonna say, it's no different when y'all talk about how women may show up on certain things. That was her expectation. And she might have had high expectations for you. And that's the reason why you let her down so much. I mean, she don't care if it costs $250.
That hoodie could probably pay her rent.
It was still a hoodie.
Period.
It was not.
She wasn't looking at the quality of the attire.
It doesn't.
She was not looking at the quality at all.
Oh my God! Yeah,
she didn't care.
She didn't know about. But see, I gave her grace because I could see all through her stuff, so I knew the fabric wasn't quality.
You didn't say nothing about that. She got it from Amazon. You didn't say nothing about. And it ain't no wrong with Amazon because I'm an avid Amazon shopper. I'm a Prime member. But she didn't. You can't say nothing about her stuff now because that wasn't a problem for you. That Tom Ford hoodie was a problem for her.
All right. First thing is dress to impress. Second thing is be on time or 15 minutes early. All right. So, but sisters, if you want me to be on, if you tell me to be there at 11 o'clock and I get there at 11 o'clock, I ain't gonna toot the horn and wait on you to come outside. I'm gonna probably come and knock on the door. But be ready. Why I gotta wait 15 more minutes for you to finish putting your makeup together and make sure you got this together and all that kind of stuff? If the date's at 7 o'clock, but you're not ready to go until 7:15, you really late.
I ain't gonna even lie. That's one question that I do ask. Like, are you a punctual person? Because I don't want us to fall out because I'm still running out the house with my heel in one hand and my purse in the other. So I do ask about how punctual people are, especially because I've talked to some people that are like military and like they different, real different. So Corey, I do ask.
Yeah.
Corey, if they're 10 minutes late, what you doing, Corey?
It doesn't bother me. That's too much anxiety for me to expect them to be on time or
15 minutes,
10 minutes, 15 minutes,
30 minutes.
I'm okay. I'm just going to relax and wait on them. I'm okay. We never know what people's situation is. Not no 2 hours.
What they on call?
Slow down.
I'm just asking, because everybody got to push a breaking point. Everybody got a breaking point.
I'm not gonna get mad. I just, hey,
You ain't gonna call him no more.
It ain't gonna work.
You lying. Boy, I know you lying.
Right. No. Hey. Like Mark was saying earlier.
Go ahead. But this boy done went and found it.
No, now, not Tom.
Hold on.
He done pulled up his hoodie.
Stay there, Mark. Hold on. Stay there. Hold on. Put it up again, Mark. It's
we don't need to see the price.
It's $1,800. I knew he was gonna do that.
It's still a hoodie, baby.
Yeah.
And it's an overpriced hoodie.
Yeah. All right.
They got one of them on Amazon for $27.99.
No, not one of those. Hold on.
Not one of those. No.
I'm not saying Tom Ford. I'm saying it's an overpriced hoodie.
Shanae,
look how you wear it. Understand fashion. Look how you wear it. What does
it doesn't matter. She don't care.
If you understand fashion, and appreciate fashion, you know what's going on.
You mad about that?
Mark, you talking about the women in Atlanta? You just like them in Atlanta.
Fashion, man.
Oh boy, I love it. High five.
Body blow.
High five.
Uppercut. Body blow.
I'm not
Body
saying.
blow.
I'm saying some people, some women don't know fashion. You do
Knockout.
not know men's fashion.
It has nothing to do with men's.
I
How
just
do you
showed you
know?
that. I just
I
showed
ain't
you that
never
with
heard of
khaki pants and with dress shoes, and
And
that's
it
how
looks
you
like
wear it.
somebody's granddaddy. You don't tuck no
Oh.
hoodie in there.
It wasn't tucked in.
Hey, the women saying a hoodie is a hoodie. That's what they saying, Mark. I get it.
Hey
See,
man,
The
listen.
men saying a
Hey,
hoodie is a
this is
hoodie.
the thing. My grandma used to wear wigs, but when y'all turn them fashionable and started wearing them at younger ages, we accepted that because that used to be
That's
old.
true.
So my thing is, when I try to
I
lead
ain't
there,
wearing no wig.
don't come for men.
Me neither,
When
girl. I can't get with
because
it.
when y'all do it, y'all doing the wearing them goddamn front laces and stuff. They used to wear them goddamn things when they're in their 70s and stuff. Y'all
You
wearing them
mad?
goddamn things.
Are you big
All
mad or
right.
you little mad?
All right, here the next one.
Medium.
All right, here the
Okay.
next one is. Here the next one. Ask good questions and listen to your date's answers. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Next one is don't
Go
be
back. You have to emphasize on that one, James.
but
People people
I was trying to
confuse that.
I was trying to get through by 10:30. That's why I really wasn't trying to emphasize on that one. But you go ahead and
You have
emphasize on
to.
it if you want to.
That's what the guest was talking about. Basically,
She's still here too.
listening, listening,
And that's
listening,
all she was
because
saying.
they're not going to do that unless they are listening.
That's all she was saying. And I think and Shanae, you still there, right?
Yes.
And I think you were doing the right things by in because interpersonal conversation is a conversation that takes place between at least two people, right? And so and there's a message, and the message is conveyed on a channel, and the medium we use is our voice, right? And we try to encode and decode messages. So if they send out a message that's clear, the person that's listening is supposed to decode that message, right? That's their part. If two people have a part in the conversation, one's talking, the other one's listening. But as he listens, he also tries to listen with understanding. And if you're giving me clues, all I'm gonna say is thank you. I ain't even got to try to figure that one out. Hallelujah. That's where I'm at on that whole situation. All right.
That
So
means
that's the
a
next one.
hallelujah.
Yeah. Next one is don't be shy about giving a compliment. Y'all agree with that?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right. Now here's the next one now. So this one, I wish LA was still on here, but he gone. This one says decide who's paying before the check arrives.
Say what now?
Yeah, don't just throw
Decide.
your little change up there and say, I got 120 for you.
Whoever asked me out on a date, whoever asked the person out on a date should be the person to pay unless we agree upon something else. But I
I
mean,
agree.
I'm
Right.
confused.
Yes.
I agree with that. I agree. If whoever asked for a date, whoever asked the person to go out on a date is the one that should pay for it. Just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what I think about that as well. And I'm probably still gonna try to pay. If I'm at the table,
And
I'm probably still gonna try to pay the end though. Knowing me.
James, I was just about to say, and most men, even if you are in their presence and want to pay anyway, they're not gonna let you.
I will.
Mark said wigs should not be
We
worn
know,
under
Mark.
75. Lord have mercy. Everybody
Mark, you
stretch.
so petty. Now let me tell you something.
Everybody
Now
stretch your
them
hands
folks,
towards the screen. Everybody stretch your hands towards the screen. Let's pray for Mark.
them folks was on your top last week, and I was about ready to go
I'm
to
about to
bat
call
for
him.
you, and you
I'm about
over
to
here
call
getting
him.
mad.
I'm about to call him.
I'm not coming for you. I'm
I'm
just saying be fair.
about to
I'm
call him.
saying I understand. Be
You
fair.
want us to accept you in this sweater tucked in these khaki pants? Fine, Mark, fine. You can have it. You fashion of the year.
That's
Go
not how
ahead and
you
do
wear
your
it.
Kanye West.
That's not how you
Do your
wear it.
Kanye West.
Take me to the wild.
Jesus. While you at it, go ahead and put your stocking cap over your face and stand in the middle of the stage and breathe. Just do what you want to do. My
Y'all
God, from Zion.
Hey y'all, they gonna be fighting it. They gonna be fighting in the inbox in a few minutes.
I'm
They gonna
sick
be
of
fighting.
him.
Whew.
I'm sick of
Oh
him.
Jesus, I'm with you, Nicholas. If I ask, I'm gonna pay. And 9 times out of 10, if you ask, I'm still gonna pay. I'm sorry. I'm just.
I believe in equity. They fighting for all these rights to be treated equally. I'm giving them equal equity, baby.
I know women make. I've known some women to make more
Mark, are
money than me,
you
and I still
frugal
pay.
with your dates?
Heck not. Heck yeah. No, because he be trying to get that cootie cat. No.
Uh-uh.
No. He be laying out all the stops and then be mad for when they don't want a second date.
Gospel songs tonight.
He one of those, huh?
He mad, girl. He mad.
You just ate an $80 steak.
Listen, this is why he can't believe that Arkansas women are the truth, because he down there dealing with the mediocre, gold digging women.
Oh, okay, this is the last one, y'all.
Hallelujah!
This is the last one. She said, coming in a Hyundai. I know I got I'm about to mute their asses now. I'm gonna mute all of them because they all laughing.
We're getting in trouble now. We sorry. I'm gonna be quiet. I don't like to be muted. I don't like that.
I ain't gonna
oh my gosh, James, that is exactly what it sounds like.
What's that?
Coming in.
Right.
Coming in. Suzuki too. That's that. Oh, you want to know who's snorting? That is Ashley snorting. I will let you know who's doing the snort. Mark is breathing heavy when he's not muted, and listening to Chips. And Ashley is snorting, and I'm over here just muting people. So we all good. All right. Oh, so Shanae, you see how we act, right?
Yes, I'm over here laughing.
So y'all see how we have fun. We have good substantive conversations, and we do this every Monday night. So y'all should be here. Y'all should be telling your friends. Y'all should be listening in, and we're going to help us, because after this conversation, somebody's going to have a different perspective on dating, and that's a good thing. But y'all got to help me with this last one, though.
Michael is shady. He said it sounds like I'm trying to start a dirt bike. You know what?
Wow.
Ooh, baby.
But he been on your side all night. All right,
he
so
has.
Ashley,
I'm gonna give him that one.
Ashley, how do I read the signals to decide if I should get a kiss or hug at the end of the night? Wait a minute, a cat got your tongue? I mean, she got quiet as hell. Tell me what happened right there. I've never heard you quiet like that. Hold on, was you muted? Let me unmute you.
No, who goal is a kiss or a hug?
Unmute me.
What'd you say, Mark?
That is not my goal at the end of the night.
We know what your goal is. You ain't got a kiss on the time.
Hold on. On the first date, Mark?
Fucking right. Hey, look. Hey. Depending on what kind of date you want. You want a wifey type of date? Or you better give me a wifey type of ending. That's what you're gonna get.
What is a wifey type of ending? I need help understanding this.
Hey, listen, you got your expectations these days. You want to go to these nice places, everything. You're gonna end up just like you want to be a wifey. You're gonna show me what that thing work.
Pastor Kirkland, can I ask Deacon Mark a question? When you take these women out on a date, do they tell you?
I only date you because I want this man.
Do they tell you where they want to go, or do you automatically assume that you're gonna put your best foot forward and take them to the most fanciest restaurant that you think that they want to go to, and then you expect something based upon what you decided that you want to put out? Because you can't expect them to give up ass because you decided that you want to spend some money, spend some cash. Okay, you can't expect that. So do they tell you they want to go there, or do you assume that that's where they want to go?
Cash. I vet the process before I go on a date. But by the time I go on a date,
yes or no? Do they tell you, or do you decide that's where you want to go? Yes or no? Do they tell you that's where they want to go?
I decide where we go.
Okay then. So with you deciding where they want to go, you are the person who puts the dollar amount on the actual date. So unless they come to you talking about, I want you to spend $200 or $300 on a date, you can't expect to get ass because you want to spend up here.
The option you choose on that menu lets me know how it's gonna end up.
I'm gonna choose what I want to eat based upon what my pockets say that I can afford. Because I'm not gonna go anywhere and pay for order anything that I wouldn't buy for my own self.
And I'm gonna choose that not late night with hole I put it in.
Yeah. Now you wouldn't, Mark.
Moving on. No.
So body language, James, on what whether or not.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so Sonora gave some good stuff. Thank you, Sonora. Sonora said if she touches you frequently, If she smiles and leans in towards you, you'll know if she's up for the kiss. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nicholas Sanders also said he's looking for body language as well. All this. So these are statements coming from coming from her men. Okay. One of my homeboys said one thing he's noticed that women do is they'll twirl their hair or kind of play with their hair if they're interested in the kids. Coy, do you notice anything you do that will let you know?
No, because I'm not. I don't do the kissing. Kissing is disgusting.
Are you don't kiss ever?
No, I'll peck, but I don't do the kissing. There's so many germs in the mouth. No.
Do you suck thing, Coy?
I slurp it up.
Okay, if you will suck a dick,
there's so many germs in the mouth.
Christ,
there's so many germs in the mouth.
Excuse my language, people. But if you will suck a thing, then that man finna turn us off. If you will suck a thing, then you might as well kiss him.
No, I don't know what his mouth. No,
but you don't might be the
next. He might be the next Kevin Gates. I'm not kissing no man. Like I'm not doing that.
But
I can't put my tongue in your mouth. You know.
Things protected every day. It's in underwear, waiting.
Now,
Lord, a gift, a present for you.
Here we are.
What?
Girl.
A few of your
the mouth is really it's too many germs in the mouth. No.
Girl,
I'll peck you.
It is. It's a lot of germs.
So she'll suck a thing, but she is not. And slurping, you probably licking balls and everything, but you ain't gonna kiss for me.
I wonder. Lord, you got me. I'm calling your host. Lord, it's been a real show.
It's just skin. It's just skin, boo.
It's just skin. If he got skin, I'm not sucking on it though. We're gonna have to go and get circumcised.
Before I open up the church,
skin on top of it.
I'm gonna extend the offering first.
Lord, no. No.
Hey, y'all, listen, it's been real tonight. I hope we learned something with regards to dating. I think we picked up some things. We gotta these red flags.
Kissing, but she's sucking dick. That's what we picked up.
No, I'm not sucking in a dick. I'm particular about the dicks I put in my mouth.
Oh
I ain't saying it.
Jesus Christ! This whole y'all know that now when
oh my God.
Listen, now you just made it when I put this on podcast tomorrow. I gotta hit explicit because Ashley wants to talk about fellatio on the show.
Okay.
but it's okay for yourself. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, Father.
Oh my goodness.
So Shonda, are you hugging at the end of the date protocol? Hugging is the end of initial date protocol. So you're giving them a hug. Okay, so hugging is cool. Can you at least get a hug, Coy?
Absolutely, I'll hug you, but I'm not kissing you in the mouth like that.
Shanae,
Shanae,
what are you getting at the end of the night? Hug, kiss, what are you getting?
He'll get a hug.
No kiss? Not even peck on the cheek? If you want him to, you're going to turn it to the side just a little bit?
He'll get a hug.
Okay.
Maybe the second, third, fourth, but not on the first.
Third or fourth day before you get a kiss? But you're right. Some people have right.
You know, a lot of people
kiss them on the first date, but I definitely am. I'm a kisser, so I guess that's what for me. I'm not kissing you on the first date, but if we go out a couple of times in the chemistry, yeah, I'm definitely kissing you.
But don't you kiss with the purpose, Ashley? Do you kiss with the purpose? Like if you kissing like that, you getting ready to get down. I mean, right?
You don't have to get down.
Kiss like that and not.
Listen, you can get real hyped up and be real moist when you leave and go please your own self. So I don't
know. See, I can't even do that. I need a man for that. That's why.
Yeah, go ahead and girl.
I get it.
Procrastinating. You know what you want to do.
I know exactly what I want to do, but I'm not going to.
Your mind and soul, bro. Ain't nobody
it's been a good show.
Listen.
It's been a good show. Yeah, I'm gonna let them keep talking on the way out. I'm done.
No, Sammy asked the question. Sammy, I ain't never had a one night stand. Okay. I can't do it. I gotta be turned on mentally. You have to stimulate my mind. So that takes time.
No, I've never had a one night stand.
Talk all day then.
Whatever. The world is changing. Why do you remain the same?
Hold on, brother. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah. The world is changing. Y'all, why do we remain the same? Have a good night.
You hot, Coy?
Love y'all.
No, it's getting hot in here.
It's mentally or physically hot.
God, is that what you do when you have sex?
Now,
Oh my God, that would be
wouldn't
disgusting.
you like to know?
That would be disgusting.
Sound like a knock dog, don't it?
Why I gotta get attacked?
That would be an instant turn off though. Do not snort. I ain't telling you no joke. I wouldn't tell you no jokes. It'd be the most serious date ever.
Y'all ain't turning down nothing even if you
Sonora,
snort. Watch
hey,
your
Sonora,
door.
So
thank
I
you
ain't
for
telling no
listening.
joke.
Well,
Sonora, we're here every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is my pretty much normal crew, and we kind of fluctuate depending on the topic. Shanae jumped in tonight. Shanae, you coming back?
Yes, and Sonora, that's my friend, girl. So thank you for
Okay.
joining
Okay.
us, Sonora.
Hey,
Hey, y'all, have y'all? Hold on, one more thing. I'm gone. I'm sorry, I said my stuff already, but hold on. If y'all have not ordered your shirt yet, I have a special on those this week. They're starting at $18.99, and that includes shipping. $18.99, and you can order it right there at let me take that off. Oh, hold on, let me take that off. There you go. At the Etsy.com, so you can get those shirts there. Go check them out. Corey has hers on. I have mine on. And Corey, show them one more time. On the path to better, and it has the intellectual stew on it. And it has the intellectual stew on it. Ashley, I
Really,
have yours
Corey?
next week. Yeah, I saw that too. But
I
y'all
did.
have, I believe. Bless that
throw 'em
wonderful
on in
name.
there.
Y'all have a good night. One more time. The world is changing.
What
Why do you remain the same? Love y'all. See y'all next week.
you say about that Honda, Jay?